Okay, all right. There is one. Okay, we'll watch this one. I don't know if this will go up on the second channel or anything. He does have one. This is how clickbait works. This is how clickbait works, okay? Nero's got a video and it's called Activision is listening, but not in a good way. I have no idea what it's about and I want to know. That's how clickbait works. I mean, I'm not saying it's a clickbaity video, but let's just see what it's about.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Black Ops 6 beta. You know what's annoying about the Black Ops 6 beta?
Is that it's over.
It's my own fault. The last 2 days of the beta, I messed up my recording software, and as such, the video quality is so horrendous I don't even really want to post it. Therefore, I'm very limited, and I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel as to what footage I can really use for these videos.
That's what I was going to guess. That's why I was going to guess that the Black Ops 6 beta was annoying, but I wasn't sure.
Videos as we wait for the full launch of Black Ops 6, which at the time of this video being recorded is exactly 2 weeks away. So I think we'll make it. The show must go on, and today we're going to be discussing something that I've been seeing a number of people talking about because Activision is still so hellbent on protecting Lil Timmy here in the Call of Duty franchise, even to the detriment of the franchise itself. So here we see a tweet from Mr. Charles Intel saying that Black Ops 6 will have voice chat moderation and in-game.
Actually, okay, I'm actually curious what he has to say about this.
Moderation at launch.
I haven't talked about this yet.
There's been a 67% reduction in toxic voice chat with the new detection tools across Call of Duty. It will expand to cover French and German alongside English, Spanish, and Portuguese. So this was to be expected, right? Black Ops 6, of course, was going to have the same voice chat moderation that we had here in Modern Warfare 3, despite the fact that the system itself is flawed in a lot of ways. There's so many people out there getting comm bans for really.
So yeah, this is what I was gonna say. Is this like a comms ban? Like, is that what's going on here? Is that like if you have bad voice chat, it's just gonna mute you for everyone or ban you from voice chat? Or is this like literally just like blank out words after people say it?
Forgivable stuff. Like, for example, if you're swearing a bit too much in COD in voice chat while playing Search and Destroy, well, then they're probably going to give you a comms ban. Other people, however...
What's wrong with Nero? What do you mean, what's wrong with Nero?
Don't even have their mics plugged in, and they also got comms.
Oh, someone in chat said that. I don't mind Nero. He just, like, he complains more than I do, which is fine. Everyone has their different style. Like, he's not, like, unwatchable like other Call of Duty complainers. Everyone always asks me to watch Blame Truth, and maybe after the launch of Black Ops 6, if he does like a review on it, maybe we'll watch one. I'm not promising.
I've seen a number of people tweeting at me, let me know about that in the past, and just it seems like it's such a flawed system. Like if you drop one too many F-bombs or if you say somebody is ass, you're probably going to get banned. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if suddenly you're labeled as an ableist if you tell somebody they're blind for not seeing somebody in Search and Destroy. It's gotten to the point where nobody ever wants to talk in COD anymore. This, along with the disbanding lobbies, I feel like has made COD feel so much different than how it used to be. And I'm not even talking about the crazy stuff that was going on back in the OG Modern Warfare 2. We've all seen those videos. Like COD voice chat back in the day was something else, but I'm not even talking about that necessarily. I'm talking about just old school COD in general. You would get into a match based on your connection, therefore most of the people you were playing against were relatively local to you. It was very common back then for people to recognize area codes and people's clan tags. Like you were always playing with people that were relatively local to you. You got into that lobby based on your connection, and most people had mics and they would either talk shit or they would just chat with one another, and then the lobbies would not
Okay, first of all, 2 questions. Number one, I need you to answer both of them in the same thing in chat. Number one, when did you start playing COD? And number 2, do you remember everyone having mics? Because when I started playing COD, it was in Modern Warfare 2. And from what I remember, most people had mics. But I think the reason for that wasn't what he's saying. It wasn't because we were region locked. It was because when you bought an Xbox 360... First of all, you were only playing with people from Xbox 360. And when you bought an Xbox 360, they gave you a mic that plugged into your controller and everyone had it. That's why everyone had a mic. At least that's what I think.
So you developed friendships and rivalries with the other people in your matches. Nowadays, you're thrown into an optimized lobby based on your skill, and therefore you're matched with people from all around the country or even all around the world. Nobody talks in those lobbies, whether it's because they're comms banned, whether they're afraid of being comms banned, or maybe they're just sitting in Discord. And then the
also, I think push to talk is a thing now too, right? So like not everyone's mic is literally on all the time.
Lobby disbands at the end of the match, and you're likely never going to see any of those people ever again. You guys have heard me talk about this in the past, but a lot of the time, Call of Duty now sort of feels like a single player game. And I can't be the only person that feels that way, because with how tight
I get what he's saying.
skill-based matchmaking is, every lobby feels about the same. There's very little variety in terms of how the other team plays and what goes on in most of my matches. Nobody talks. You never see those people again once the game is over. It's a lot like you're playing a single-player game with the difficulty turned up once you get into those higher skill-based matchmaking brackets. Like, the only thing that really changes are the names of the people in the lobby, but they don't even really seem like people because they just play like everybody else. Nobody talks. There's not really any personality or anything happening there. It kind of feels like you're playing a single player game. I can't be the only person that feels that way. And that's a real shame because Call of Duty matches used to feel so organic and varied. I know I've pretty much reached grandpa status here on YouTube.
I don't know how this conversation switched from, okay, let's talk about the voice chat decisions that they've made, to, all right, now it's about skill-based matchmaking. But here we are. Because
I've been doing Call of Duty videos for over 13 years now, but I'm sure many of you guys had the same things happen to you back in the day. Your friends list was made up of people you met playing Call of Duty. You would talk to these people. You knew these people. You'd be playing Search and Destroy. You'll be talking trash back and forth or whatever. And then every now and then somebody would back out and then they would invite you in. Now you're playing with these guys.
Everything is about skill-based matchmaking with Nero.
Then the very next night you see that one or two of them are on.
So this is the party disbanding thing. Like this I agree with even more than skill-based matchmaking. Like it does appear that skill-based matchmaking increases players' retention, but I really do feel as though if they stopped disbanding parties after games and kept skill-based matchmaking, at least that is a little bit giving back to the community of what they want, right?
A message, or they send you a party invite. You start playing these people and suddenly you're friends and you're going to end up being friends for a very long time. Hell, there's people I met back in like 2008 playing Search and Destroy and World at War that I still talk to today. Nick, who was on a lot of my Let's Play videos on my second channel, Nick from Texas, if you guys know him, I was literally playing World of Warcraft with him the other day. I met him in 2008 playing Search and Destroy on Airfield in Call of Duty World at War, and 16 years later I still talk to the guy. Like, that's how things were back then. That's how I met pretty much all of my online friends before I became a YouTuber. After that, things changed up a little bit once you're a YouTuber. Now I mostly meet people through open lobbies that I hold. That's how I met people like Nate or James, Sean, Wildcat, all those people. I met them through open lobbies. But before that, I met people playing the game and chatting with them. And I really don't think that happens anymore. I'm curious if you guys have any stories to write down there in the comments. Like, when was the last time you guys met somebody?
I want to hear a story, okay? I was like 16 playing Modern Warfare 2. And I played a lot of hockey, right? So I didn't always have like a free weekend to play Call of Duty. But this weekend I did. School just got out for the summer. And I couldn't play Modern Warfare 2 all year because I broke my wrist. And my cast was too big for me to hold the Xbox controller. So it was like beginning of summer. I could finally play Xbox. I had no hockey. Nothing was going on. So I'm like, I'm sleeping in the basement tonight. Sleeping on the couch. We're playing Call of Duty all night. It's like 1 a.m. I go upstairs looking for snacks, and like my parents were upstairs, so I had to be quiet. It's not like I could cook anything. It's not like it's craft dinner time or it's not mac and cheese time. It's like I need to grab a snack. So quickly I opened the cupboard. The first thing I saw was a giant bag of marshmallows. And then right beside the marshmallows, there was a bunch of water bottles in there. So I grab a bag of water bottles and I grab a bag of marshmallows and like 3 water bottles. Go downstairs, I play Call of Duty all night. I remember I got a nuke on the map Carnival. Probably one of my favorite maps in all of Call of Duty that night. I'm sitting there. I eat the entire bag of marshmallows and 3 water bottles. Now, you don't think about this, but when you eat a bag of marshmallows and then drink a bunch of water, the marshmallows just swell and swell and swell. And all of a sudden I have to go pee. And I go to stand up and I can't. My stomach has expanded to the point where it is completely and utterly painful to move. So instead of walking to the bathroom, I crawled, and I still had to pee somehow, but holy shit was it painful. I think I went to bed after that. I'm pretty sure I went. Anyway, it has nothing to do with meeting people online. I just remembered that talking about
playing Call of Duty, and now you're friends, you guys play together and whatever. Like, does that even happen anymore? Because I really don't feel like it happens nearly to the extent that it used to back.
It 100% happened a lot with Warzone. I think a lot of people, I know people who met through Warzone. I also feel like that happened a lot during Destiny. Like when Destiny raids came out and people had to play together, that happened. Warzone did that for sure. but you're not really forced to communicate in 6v6 multiplayer like you are in Warzone. So I feel like Warzone is way, way more opportune driven in regards to meeting people
back in the day. And a lot of that comes down to the fact that people are just afraid to talk in COD anymore.
I know what I'm doing tonight. Don't do it. I swear to God, do not do it. Don't eat a bag of marshmallows and drink 3 water bottles. I'll tell you.
I'm not out here saying that lobbies should be full of racist shit and all the crazy stuff that we used to experience back in the OG Modern Warfare 2 days, but I am saying that now Call of Duty has lost a huge part of what made playing this game so much fun. You felt like you were actually part of a community, but now, with people getting banned for swearing in an immature game, most people don't even plug their mics.
Do people get banned for swearing? Is that true? Like, I don't know what people actually get banned for, or like voice banned for. Like, I would actually kind of be interested. Like, swearing should be allowed. Smack talk should be allowed. It's when you cross a line. Like, there's a line of what you should say to people. Like, right? Like, what would, like, obviously slurs and stuff like that, but like, you should be able to tell someone that they're a piece of trash, or you should be able to tell someone that you fucked their mom. Like, these are the things that make an M-rated game an M-rated game. But like, there's a line, and I don't know where Call of Duty draws that line. And I hope it's at a place where smack talk is okay. It happened to my brother. He did some small smack talk, and his voice chat was banned for 14 days. Do you know what he said, Jay? And obviously, if it's a slur, don't type it in chat. But like, I would love to know what he said, or if anyone else in chat has had it happen.
And if they do, they mostly don't leave party chat or Discord. It's been a slow progression over the course of the past couple of years, but Call of Duty went from being one of the trash talkiest games out there to a game where literally nobody speaks, even in modes like Search and Destroy all the time. And it's all because Activision does not want little Timmy to hear about what his mom does at night, which the things I learned about my mother back in the Modern Warfare 2 Black Ops 1 days, my goodness, I can't look at the same anymore. But yeah, Activision is still cracking down on voice chat, and Black Ops 6 is going to be no different, and apparently they're going to continue to ramp this up as they continue to add more languages and more things, so they're automatically recording and monitoring every voice chat interaction that happens within a Call of Duty lobby. It's just so weird, man. But the funny part is I did see a bunch of people saying, like, man, I'm going to start learning how to swear in Hungarian or something like that, because it's
Bruiser,
people are getting so sick of the system overall, because on one hand, I do understand, like, moderation and trying to, like, keep things so they're not completely toxic, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they definitely go overboard with it, especially in an immature game where the announcers themselves in the game are swearing on their own. You know what I mean? Like, the game swears all the time. It's an immature game. You're literally running around and shooting people.
Yeah, so I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this on Twitch, but saying something is gay, that can get you banned. And it's things like that that are like, what if you're like talking to a friend and like you literally, like your friend's gay and you say something about it? Are you going to get banned for that? Because it's probably AI driven that recognizes the chat. Or is it only if you get reported? Or where, like, this is what I mean. They need to be clear as to where that line is drawn. And like, to the point where, okay, you can't say slurs. It's just, where is that line, right? Like, and then what if I'm gay? Am I allowed to say it? Do you see where I'm going with this?
Forbid you tell somebody that they're ass. Like, it doesn't make any sense, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this video here today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
Why did he cut to the Black Ops 6 screen? It's an interesting thing, right? It's an interesting topic. Like, where is that line drawn and where should it be drawn? I don't know. I think there should be a line. Like, I think there are certain things you shouldn't be able to say. Because I think people like do get offended by it. But I don't know. Interesting topic. I don't really like disagree with anything Nero's saying there whatsoever. This is interesting. Hello, I had a child tell me to suck his dick. Also been attacked in multiplayer zombies and Warzone because I'm a female. Being told to make a sandwich and how low my boobs hang. There should be a line, definitely. Okay, then let me ask you this. As a female and having gone through that, do you think people should still be able to talk smack to you? Because I think you actually make a great example of where that line being drawn is important. Because if you feel uncomfortable or threatened while playing a game, then that's not okay. Because like I've seen what dudes say to girls playing video games. Like they're going to come and find you and do things to you. Obviously, that's an easy line to draw. But I also have female friends who play Warzone, and when people talk smack to them, they're so used to it that they're very, very good at talking smack back, and I find that hilarious. The problem is finding that line is so difficult. There's not an easy way to draw that line. Just being like, these are the words you can't say. End of story. You can say other things. If you threaten anyone physically, not allowed. Other than that, have fun, talk smack.